to kind of set the scene for you. We're expecting this thing to, charge through the Caribbean Sea, possibly then move into the Gulf of America.
Medium chance to develop in the coming days. Odds are 40% in the next 2 days, as well as the next 7 days.
To the Carrie Handle podcast with your hosts, Bryce and Kevin. Kevin, I'm Bryce. The one talking right now is Bryce. The guy I'm about to say hi to. Hi, Kevin. How are you? This is Kevin. This is Kevin. Kevin always is with me.
Oh, hello. I'm Kevin. I think I'm here.
Yes, I rudely interrupted him as he was pulling a boar snake down his 22, cleaning it. What a fucking chump.
I really am. It's not a euphemism. It's not some sexual euphemism. Euphemism?
You should say it like 4 more times, and then please don't actually do it. Why are you?
Oh, you know me too well.
So, Kevin, do you boar snake all your guns?
God damn! Fuck! God, it's so tight.
Stop sticking your dick down the barrel.
I can't help it. It's so big.
When I say pencil dick, that's what I'm talking about from now on.
Jesus.
Fucking a 22 barrel. So do you boar snake all of them?
No, just the 22. Just to keep it.
Just the 22 as he's not.
Just to keep it from one fouling. Because I know 22s are notoriously dirty as hell.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, fair enough. So did you go out shooting today?
Yes, and unless you want me to clamber this fucking thing to the wall live, give me 30 seconds. Maybe do friends on the channel.
Lord. All right, I'll do friends of the channel. Hold on. Let me find it. Friends of the channel.
We want to take this time to thank friends of the channel who provided us 10% discount codes for our listeners. That's you, and we don't get kickbacks. First is Hammy 3D Prints. Thousands of products for firearm storage and other fun stuff too. Code CarryHandle10. Eastern Shore Sling Company. Handmade rifle slings and custom sewing. Dog leashes too. Code CarryHandle. 19 Charlie Tactical. Gunsmithing, Kydex holsters, thousands of drop-ship gun parts, accessories, tools, firearms. Code TheCarryHandle10. And lastly, I want to thank myself for all the scheduling and all the shenanigans I deal with daily. Thank you, Hannah.
Yes, thank you, Hannah, indeed. We always appreciate your putting up with our tomfoolery. So, were you successful? Did it work?
Yes, it did work. In fact, I was thinking, it had me thinking as I was doing this, perhaps we could start a GoFundMe and call it Bryce Clean Gun.
Me clean gun? Why am I cleaning your gun?
And because you never clean the gun, and I think a 20-minute video.
That's not true. That's not true. I've cleaned other people's guns. I just don't clean my own.
I specifically want you to clean your gun.
My guns? Why? They
Not
work.
Guns. You're mincing words there. I said gun.
Which one?
NK, the one you've never cleaned.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yes.
No. So that gun has gone through a set of gas rings since. Actually,
I think a 20-minute video of you cleaning that thing meticulously while grunting about having to clean the gun would be just an absolute dream.
Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't have that much like degreaser. That thing's pretty bad.
I'm happy you said that.
Yeah.
You just get the not brake cleaner, not that one. You get the electronics one that you can spray on electronics of a vehicle so it doesn't eat through the plastic. And I took my RXM slide out when I got home, and I did a couple of squirts and just blew all the fucking every disgusting over pressurized round out. Yeah. That's how that works.
I don't know. I was talking to Kevin because we were talking last night or the night before about rifles and stuff that we shoot frequently. So if I take anything to the range, or my main guy, I know that sounds so pretentious. The rifle that I have shot the most, the one I'm most familiar with, the one that if I needed a rifle for any reason at all is the one I'm grabbing. And I mean that gun
The AK?
It may have gone. No,
Oh.
my AR. One of my longest standing, most rebuilt AR. The one that has like the first barrel I ever got. Wait, no, that's not true. I still have my first barrel. It never really worked. It was a stag upper. Don't judge me for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that gun has at least gone through one set of gas rings. It may have gone through two. So that's I mean, that's not like crazy rounds. That's well over a few thousand rounds, but I have never cleaned that gun. Not a single time. I oil it a shitload. But not a shitload. Like if I notice it's not sheen, if there isn't like an oil sheen on the bolt, I'll drop some oil, just like a couple drops in the
that's
vent
fair.
holes. But
Yeah, I mean, earlier you asked me if I borsnate any of my other guns, and I do my AR occasionally, like when I feel like every so often, but I don't do it too much because it's not really super needed. Yeah, because you're just blowing all the stuff out anyway.
yeah, I don't know. We're not really looking for the level of percent. My gun, the AR-15 I take out is almost a minute. Like it's almost a 1 MOA. It's probably 1.5 MOA gun, but it's been that way since I bought it with the round count that I have on it. It's a 5R barrel, so it's a Smith & Wesson 5R barrel, but those are still pretty good. So I mean, it's got longevity. It's not the most accurate, but it does do the thing. It puts bullets where I want them to consistently.
And that's not a
So-
euphemism for penises either.
It could be, but it wasn't intended to be that way. So that is true. That is very true.
Yeah, and then the RSM did great, and then the P365. I hate shooting with a passion, but it runs great.
Yeah. Okay. What? Hannah's coming in here gawk-eyed.
Oh.
What's going on, sweetheart? Do you want to say hi to the people?
The producers figured it out. She's figured out how much
She
we
didn't know I
spend.
was recording. Even though this is the time I record every night.
Bryce, don't get beat by the producer. She knows. She knows too much.
She doesn't want to say hi, apparently.
And
She might do it. She might come back. She might come back.
She might come back.
She's gonna
Here
come
it
say
is.
hi. I actually just did the friends of the channel. Say
Here
say
it
hi.
comes.
You did my job.
Yeah, but say hi.
Hello.
We have they can't hear you. You gotta
Hello.
get close to the mic.
Project.
Oh, people.
When off she goes, I guess she's going to bed. ASMR.
Yeah, she's going to burn
what
the tax
ASMR is.
files.
Oh man. Well, I got done writing a quick dealio, an initial thoughts or first impressions on the 10.8 Performance Masterclass today. Masterclass 1911 today.
Very interesting. And
what?
well, usually someone says that and then they go into their thoughts.
Well, you want me to elaborate on what I think of the gun? Is that what you? So it's not a review. So I'm not. This wasn't.
No,
I'm not. I didn't review the gun.
No, I didn't say you did. I just want to hear your. That's usually colloquially when you tell someone something, they say "and." It's like an invitation to
Well,
add
I mean,
more.
usually people say "and" for like a black and white answer of is it good or bad. Yeah, that's normally what people do.
No,
Yeah.
that's not.
I think
Ooh,
so.
What? No, it's usually.
So what I started out saying was I wrote an initial thoughts. And I see what
And?
you're saying. You're asking what my initial thoughts.
Wow! We just came full circle. That's insane.
You're 100% right. I'm sorry. You're 100% right.
You had to go back and do it, and then
So, like I said, it's not a review, and I only at the time of recording, which is April 12th. So if you're hearing this and I've referenced this somewhere else, I don't remember this conversation, but I'll remember the opinions. However, they will and can change. As Kevin can attest, my opinions are ever changing.
His opinions change like the morning poo. No two are the same.
Yeah, just as sure as you get morning wood, I changed my opinion. However, I will tell you that I've changed my opinion. It's not like like willy-nilly. Just like morning wood, it's not
Okay,
every day.
Nobody cares about
Not
your opinions and
every
words.
day.
I care about your thoughts. Thoughts.
I like the gun. I mean, I think I've said that. I mean, we've talked about it a few times already, but I like it a lot. The two headline topics that people inevitably bring up when I talk about this gun is the finish and the metal injection molded parts. And starting with the finish, yeah, it sucks. I don't like Cerakote. I'll be 100% honest.
I mean, at
I
the
don't
show,
like
it
Cerakote.
was- I mean, we knew that at the show, though. And by show, I mean SHOT Show, because we saw what kind of wearing throughout the day. So we kind of
And that's
knew
something
that.
I'm definitely gonna watch out for. I haven't noticed on this example it being sluggish. It is a nicely tight fit slide and frame. The barrel, extractor, slide and frame are all matched and fitted together to be together. They all have the serial number laser engraved on them, actually, which is interesting because
fancy.
my 2016 Springfield Armory operator in 9mm actually has it etched in, like by hand. They matched all the barrel and the slide in the frame. And it didn't matter because that gun still sucked. So
Wow.
hopefully this gun, from what I understand from talking to Hilton Yam, that effectively the designer of the gun, he assures me these guns are better now. So we'll see. But in terms of the Cerakote, I mean, at the end of the Friday, we had noticed, because I played with it day one, and in that 4 days, it had gotten noticeably more gummy and sticky
It
and
did.
kind of, it was lethargic.
Now, to be fair, I haven't said that one in a while. That was a production
Letterkenny
gun.
fans. That was a pre-production prototype.
That was a
So
pre-production.
that was not.
So
that-
they could have rushed the Cerakote job on it.
So more to your point, the tool steel or the machined, maybe not tool steel, but machined. They're the new version ambi safeties. They're machined from Springfield Armory instead of the MEM parts. They were like just Parkerized or blued at the at SHOT Show, and this production model has Cerakoted thumb safeties. So
Okay.
that's something of note. I mean, I can't really tell anything else that's changed from the production models to this one. Like more to your point, it could have been a different kind of Cerakote. I can't imagine they would
Yeah.
change Cerakote so quickly. I had a
here's-
coworker. I'm sorry. My boss was making a comment about it because after I picked it up, I brought it back to work to show everybody. Because I'm a 10-year-old apparently.
9.5, but
he had made 9 3/4. He had made a comment that he thought it felt similar to the Prodigy
Minus a quarter.
Springfield Armory, Prodigy finish. Sorry, lost my train of thought mid conversation. He thought it was similar to the Prodigy finish, which also not great. So hopefully that was more of a pre-production issue and more isolated. We'll see. I mean, it still feels good. It doesn't feel now. Other thing actually to that note, when I shot it, I dropped the slide on a fully loaded. I'm sorry.
Did you have an immediate erection?
No, well, yeah, but so when I went to shoot it, I actually on the second magazine of the fully loaded 9-round, I think they're metal form or something mags that come with them. They come with 3.
Yeah.
And I don't use those, by the way. I only use Wilson Combats. It's just what I had. I couldn't go back home. So.
The mags. Go.
So dropping the slide lock from slide lock, not slingshotting or racking the slide, like power stroking it. Giggity. Any Ford fans? No? Okay, sorry. So dropping the slide, it actually didn't go to battery all the way. It was just like a 16th out of battery, and I actually had to use my thumb to push it forward.
That's interesting.
So the slide and frame were tight. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure these are test fired. It kind of looked like there was a case imprint on the breech face when I got it. So
What
I don't know
caused it
how
not?
soon. I don't know how soon after Cerakote they get fit together.
Mm,
So I'm not sure.
what
I
could
did
have
strip the gun
caused that?
completely.
Yeah.
I mean, so what probably happens, I mean, 100% happens, is the guns are hand fit, or whatever parts, like the slide frame, all those things, hand
Mhm.
fit, and then they blend the slide and the frame, and then they send it out to coat, or they send it where they
Oh,
coat it,
okay. Okay.
and then it's assembled, or final assembly,
Mhm.
and that could be adding some tolerance. Now, that's another thing I'm gonna keep note of, because Cerakote artificially increases tolerance.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
or
'cause it's
decreases.
oh,
Decreases.
decreases. Okay.
Yeah, because it's thick. It's not thick
Just the way we
relative
like
to,
them.
yeah, right. With two C's.
3
But
really, but
it
okay.
it would fill in a gap that it wouldn't otherwise be there by metal. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
adding thickness. It's not a
Yes.
treatment.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna wear away, and then the slide and frame are probably gonna be a little
That's
looser.
but that's really interesting that look out of the box, you have a loaded mag, and you drop it when the slide release, and it's just like, eh. That
Yeah,
seems
yeah, and that was with the factory magazines. That was with
yeah.
the 9-round whatever mags that it
Now,
comes with.
did you s will you have you shot it you haven't shot it yet with the Wilson Combat Mags?
No, no, that's
Have
so
you
this week.
dropped a
This
slide release on a Wilson Combat Mag?
I've been doing dry fire all weekend with fully loaded magazines with dummy rounds, and it's been fine. So,
Okay.
I mean, that was literally the second magazine out of it. I'm that's not an excuse, but I mean, just telling you, it didn't do that while firing, so that's cool. I mean, I literally had to push it back like a 16th, maybe.
Yeah.
So it was probably just
Wouldn't
I didn't even try the trigger because I
wouldn't
noticed it
it
was out of
wouldn't
battery.
it wouldn't be a brace gun without something.
That wasn't the only thing.
Oh, no.
So I as I texted you or messaged you, the gun technically worked I'm sorry, the gun technically functioned out of the box. I was able to
Okay.
shoot it,
Yep.
sans the out of battery issue. That
Mhm.
didn't happen again.
Okay.
Which again, I am comfortable chalking up to Cerakote kind of wearing in.
That's
Uh,
fair. I mean, I'll give that to you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the most reasonable.
It makes sense. If it does it again, I'm gonna be less happy, but whatever. So, especially since this is supposed to be a tool, this isn't kind of like my G36. It's the G36 is for vibes. This is not at all. I mean, it is, but not. The grip safety, and we've talked. And you should go listen to the Hilton Yam episodes, plural.
Yeah,
You should
we
go
have a
listen to
couple.
those. I
Well,
believe
the most recent one behind this one would be the 10.8 performance one.
What do you mean?
Like if they start with this episode and they scroll down or backwards, it would be the first one that they see.
No, it wouldn't. Brass Facts came out before this. This comes out tomorrow.
No, oh my god! If you listen to what I'm saying and you don't filter me out, the first Hilton Yam episode backwards from this one is the 10.8 performance episode.
You mean the masterclass one? You're
Yes.
just saying the name of his company. That doesn't make any sense. Are you talking about the 1911 masterclass? The thing that I'm
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
Yes, we talked about the last episode with Hilton Yam was discussing this gun. Would
Oh,
probably
that's
be
just
a better way of putting that.
you're just being grammatically correct.
No, I didn't understand what you were saying. Yes, so yeah, we were talking about. I didn't have the gun in hand, to be fair, but I don't know if it was that episode or the episode before. But I mean, either way, we had talked to him anyway, and something that he's pretty adamant about is how much engagement you have to have, or how much you have to deactivate, or should have to deactivate a grip safety on a 1911 for it to then clear the trigger bar so you can press trigger. And ideally, from what I recall, it was at least, I think, within the first quarter of travel or something along those lines. So you should only have to push it in about a quarter of a way before it disengages so you can press trigger. And that in my mind, especially for me, allows for like catching the hollow of your hand weird, or like kind of shooting the gun off axis, or doing something fucky with your grip, and still being able to shoot the gun, but also still acting and functioning as a safety. And I say all of that to say this gun, you had to press the grip safety all the way in. And so you had to get on, like I had to bury my gun on hand on the gun. I didn't have to crank it. I didn't have to crank it, but if I got on it quickly, or I wasn't really thinking about the grip safety, I could feel the trigger bow like hit the grip safety. I could feel it in my grip because it wasn't like completely, it was sort of disengaged, but it was because you literally had to hold it, pin it all the way in. And that isn't ideal. So when I got home, I filed the leg appropriately. So the gun, when the grip safety isn't being engaged at all, works as intended. It stops the travel of the trigger bow. So that physically limits the travel of the trigger. It doesn't engage with the sear or anything like that, like the thumb safety does. But the trigger bow, that's what limits that. So I was able to clearance that to where pressing it in probably a little bit more than more than a quarter of the way, because I'm not the best with a file. So I just wanted to be a little bit more generous than normal.
Yes,
but
sir.
Coming from a holster and doing holster draws, I'll get to the holster stuff in a minute, but remind me. I'm able to, I haven't had that problem. I haven't felt that at all since.
Okay.
And that's, like I said, it's technically not it technically worked it functioned correctly out of the box, but you could definitely just tell that was a production item. It came out of a bin and they put it on the gun,
Right.
Because they probably
I think I asked.
Yeah.
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 You know, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think I asked you that in the text. Like, you think that was just did cost them bringing the gun to the masses? And you're like, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It is so I when I was writing, I talked about, I kind of like compared it, because if you know me, I like pickups like a lot. I'm a big truck guy.
What, you like pickups?
Maybe
don't.
not a big truck. I like pickups.
You like European
like,
cars.
I like Chevys and Toyotas. So if you think about it in the truck world, it's, if you imagine the work truck spec, and then that's like your Garrisons, that's your mil specs, that's your loaded whatever class, whatever you want to call.
Yeah.
And then if that's your work truck spec, your High Country and your Platinum are like the Springfield custom shop guns.
Okay.
And then I wouldn't say in the middle, but definitely above the middle. So if it's work truck, LT, and then High Country. So like that's more of this is your LTZ. So this is like, it's got the leather seats, it's got the wood dash, it's got some of the nice buttons and shit, but it doesn't have like the automatic running boards, and it's not 100% hand fit. It's not like a Wilson Combat. It's not semi-custom.
So,
but it does have a blended sliding frame.
Right.
It does have those matched and fitted parts.
Yeah. So
shit
it's not
like that.
it's not like the base model, but it's also not like the super high end model. It's like meeting comfortably in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Corvette to a Lamborghini.
Well, a lot of people just unsubscribe. Thank you, Bryce.
I mean, in price, like a Corvette's $50,000, a Lamborghini's like 150 or something, or like 200 grand. Like it's the price is complete.
And the count
like,
just keeps going down.
Okay, well then they're retarded if they don't understand the proposition of value. Like I don't know how, like that's retarded.
Most people don't understand that.
They don't understand that a fucking Corvette costs less than a Lamborghini.
No,
I think they could probably figure that out.
Maybe.
So, like in terms of raw money, now I'm not saying. Now I can't understand if you think I'm saying it's a Corvette and like a, but I mean, so like even like a. Oh fuck! What I keep forgetting. Not even like an MPA. I mean, like the Atlas. Atlas. That's like the highest end semi-custom gun, and those go for like $8,000 or $7,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
or maybe it's $6,000.
Yeah,
It's
those are,
big money.
yeah.
That's still semi-custom. Full custom house guns can go for 10 grand. They can go for more than that. So like
right.
2 grand versus 10 grand. It's like, whoa, but it's still and we're talking single stack. So it's a single stack Atlas used to make single stacks, but okay. So just imagine they made one, but this is like an heirloom precision to a TRP because the Masterclass is a TRP grade gun. So it is the same effectively in terms of the attention to detail that the other TRPs have. Really quickly, I have to make a quick note. Pretty much the whole gun Cerakote finish, but the barrel is DLC. So it does have a properly coated barrel at the not to say that Cerakote isn't necessarily proper, but if I have a mind to, I will send the gun out and spend the $600 or $700 to get it re-coated and get it actually done, or not coated, but treated in DLC. Because that would be, I think, what I'm going to do. Especially if I keep the gun long term, which probably will. Can't imagine I wouldn't. And then and then the other thing is it has a 2-piece magwell. So it's interesting how they executed the 2-piece magwell instead of magazine wells that you might be familiar with from yesteryear necessarily. Is a lot of the time production 1911s have partially beveled magazine wells on the single stack frames without an additional bolt-on or like mainspring housing magazine well. This actually doesn't have any beveling at all, and the angles actually, so the magazine well is your entire bevel, which is really interesting. So that I imagine that helps in manufacturing so that they don't have to fit magazine wells to every single one of the guns. It's a very clever solution. I am curious how well it's going to hold up to a lot of reloads. I've never had experience with these 2-piece magwells. I'm used to like Smith & Alexander's and Wilson Combats.
So for my own edification, what is a 2-piece versus?
So a 2-piece, and Kevin's only really going to be able to see this, but there's a bolt on the bottom of the frame, and it's the magazine well, the extension or the flare is a removable piece, and it's actually bolted to the bottom of the mainspring housing.
Okay, I'm following you now. Okay.
Yeah. So, and like I was talking about, the execution is such that Kevin can see this, but
I'm looking at it,
the frame doesn't actually, like the frame proper here, if you look like past the magazine well, is square cut, like completely just square cut. And then the magazine well is the entire funnel, which
that's interesting.
is actually, it's pretty clever. I mean, it's a pretty good idea because, I mean, previous to that, like I said, you had to blend the magazine well in with the frame.
Yeah.
And a pretty good example of something that's more universal and fit much like this is the Chen Precision Chen CHEN. He makes really, really nice guns and does custom shop stuff, like custom services to Chen Precision, Chen something. I can't remember, but he makes a magwell. Great stuff. It's very similar to that. So it's interesting. Oh, real quick. So on the note of the magazine, since we're talking about, I mentioned the mainspring housing.
We did. You did.
That reminds me that the rest of some of the other components that are metal injection molded parts, and I mentioned that up top.
Oh no,
that seems to be
that's the big worry. People don't like MEM.
Yeah, I know. People don't like MEM, but they carry Glocks.
Well, they think about
M&Ps.
Well, they think MEM, and they immediately think of the SIG shooting people in the pants.
No, that predates SIG.
But does it?
Yeah, that was kind of a hot button issue with 1911s.
That's like the most recent
for
memory
fucking
I have.
Decades.
Is the SIG had MEM parts or something?
That's a separate issue, but it does have MEM parts. But
never passed that chance to dig at SIG.
So does Glock. So does M&P. So does Walther. So does HK.
Oh my god! Don't say
they all have MEM parts.
Impossible.
And
impossible.
There are documented guns going hundreds of thousands of Glocks, more specifically, hundreds of thousands of rounds with MIM parts. So I
Someone
mean,
is screaming at their phone right now.
well, it's true. I mean, okay, so now what I will say is not every component is MIM, but like the trigger or the trigger bow, that or the trigger bar. Sorry, the trigger bar is stamped. That's fine, whatever. But there are components in there that are MIM. That's just I'm pretty sure the locking block is MIM. But either way, which is kind of a big thing because it's a primary locking service for your barrel. So yeah, and you don't see people don't seem to have a problem using. But either way, my point being is that we've come a long way with MIM, and the MIM parts in this gun are the hammer strut, the hammer, the magazine, or I'm sorry, the mainspring housing. I don't know if the magwell is. It might be. I hope not. And remind me, real quick, my only thing for the magazine well was I don't know if that's going to hold up to repeated reloads because
you did say that.
I don't know how they installed it to be anti-rotational. It'll be interesting to see if me crashing magazines into that all the time, because I'm at Kevin knows I like doing reload practice. It's fun.
He does it all day, every day.
So it'll be interesting to see if that holds up or if it gets loose or something like that. Something fun to watch. Not crucial, mind you, but because worst case scenario, I just get a different magwell. It's not a big deal. You know, it's not ideal, but it's not a big deal.
Just still gonna mend.
So it's a MIM hammer strut, mainspring housing, disconnector, firing pin stop. Hold on. I have a picture.
I was gonna say, do you have a list? Jeez, this seems like
no. That's in the ejector. I think. Yeah, the ejector. Yeah, I got everything. Okay. Yeah, and then maybe the plunger for the thumb safety. I'm not sure. Probably. But I mean, past that, I mean, those are relatively low stress components, with potentially the exception of the firing pin stop and the
extractor.
No, the ejector.
Oh, ejector.
Because there's more of a shear load, especially with the posts that are actually in the frame. They're staked. It's actually staked instead of press fit.
That's
like
right.
I was talking about.
He did tell us they were staked in there.
They're staked now. They didn't with my 2016 gun. They weren't. That was what I was bitching about. So I mean, I'm definitely going to keep. Now, with that being said, I have machined firing pin stops. I mean, they're known to crack with high round counts, high air quotes. It was only like 5 digits. It was barely 10K, maybe actually.
They're barely 10K, he says.
I don't know. It may have been a little bit under that, but either way, it wasn't it wasn't enough to where I would expect to crack a firing pin stop, and it was an EGW firing pin stop, and those are relative. I mean, they're renowned, or they're known for being relatively
robust,
pretty good quality. Yeah. So it happens. So I'll be interested. I'm definitely going to be watching it. If much, so I don't clean guns necessarily, but when I do, I'm cleaning spots.
Right. Yeah, we have the GoFundMe started.
So if I mean, I'll wipe off the firing pin, because that was one thing when I did break my last firing pin stop. I wish I remember the log count. I don't remember. I used to log rounds, but I didn't actually notice. I didn't notice. No.
I think you should.
I might. It depends.
Just for the first 5,000.
I didn't notice the firing pin stop had broken, except for I had to take out the firing pin stop to replace, not to clean it. I don't clean guns. I think I was addressing something with the extractor because there was another issue with the gun. It's unrelated. The gun didn't fucking work, so it was apart and put back together a bunch of times. And I think I was replacing the firing pin or doing something with the extractor, and I saw like a hairline crack, which is very common because there's a very limited amount of material between the actual hole for the firing pin, or the rear of the firing pin, and the cutout it's cut out for the ejector. like lower left hand, if you're looking from the back of the slide, there's not as much material there, so they crack there all the time. It's just something that happens.
Oh, I see.
It's pretty common. I say all that to say, MIM or not, I mean, they do crack eventually, but it'd be interesting to see how long, how quick. Because the firing pin is basically just being held in there with spring tension. So it can clear the backside of, or it can be depressed further into the gun than what the firing pin stops. So it can go below flush just with inertia. That's just, I mean, it has that much energy going forward.
Interesting.
Point to note, the firing pin is titanium and it's an extra power firing pin spring that's supposed to aid in drop safe. I know we stopped talking about this a little bit ago, but 1911's technically not drop safe.
What?
Not even technically not drop safe. They are not drop safe.
You're telling me
Like,
that I can't cock and lock and drop my 1911?
Well, you can. The hammer's probably not going to fall if it's fit correctly and stuff like that. But if you hit it like smack on the muzzle, you're probably going to crack a primer. If you have like a regular, like a steel firing pin and a normal hammer spring, they weren't designed to be it. Like, drop safety wasn't at the forefront of design or consideration when these guns were being built.
Well, that's just for people that have soft hands that need drop safeties.
Well, it was also initially the guns weren't really meant to have a round chambered. The thumb safety was more if you shot the gun and then wanted to reholster it, you put the thumb safety back on and then holstered it.
Right.
But the idea was you chambered around and then you shot initially. Right. I mean, that's what prevalent
the World War
now.
II Army doctrine videos show me.
I think that started in World War One. I'm pretty sure it predates World War II.
I haven't seen World War One videos, but I've seen the training.
Okay, either way, I'm pretty sure they talk about that in World War One. But either way, that was less of a consideration because the original 1911s didn't even like the model 1910. From what I recall, I believe that didn't even have a safety because again, that was meant to be racked. And then if it was racked, it had it was put to half cock, kind of like a revolver, which crazy work, by the way. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be cocked and locked. I mean, now they're obviously meant to be cocked and locked. I lost the plot. I don't know where the fuck I'm talking. Oh, drop safety.
Hey, do you want to talk about holsters now, or do you want to keep talking about this lost plot?
I don't think there's anything. Oh, quick thing of note: the Kick-Ass Signature Series 10-8 grips have medallions in them. Fun little thing for people that bought the original grips. The medallions are different, so they're not identical, which technically means your resale value of your Signature Series original 10-8 grips are still intact because I have the original medallions.
Are you going to put the original ones on there?
No, they live on my gun. I have the original sets on the other gun that I have. The Kimber. Yeah. So holster fit. Actually, real quick. I had a thought. As soon as the 10-8 spur hammer comes back for sale, goes back on sale, I am installing that. Not because the hammer's mem. I don't care. That was the one part I didn't really have a problem with in the original Springfield. It's actually in my desk in pieces. Kevin's seen it. But the hammer was fine. I mean, it kind of wore off a top.
Everything else was...
Yeah. It was
terrible.
Fine. The hammer strap was fine.
The hammer was fine.
Hammer was fine. Everything about it. Also, again, that was mem. Didn't have a problem with that. And I also believe in this gun, I believe the sear is not mem. I believe it's machined. And I can't remember correctly, but looking at it, it looked machined. I didn't see any cast marks on it. And it was plated, so which I thought was really interesting. And the disconnector is also plated, but it is for sure fucking mem. The grip safety also, the original grip safety I have is not within reach, but I'm fairly certain was mem. This one, actually, I can see machining marks in it. I don't know if it was MIM and then machined after the fact, which
Interesting. Well, I feel
very
like
well could be. I don't know.
more to your point, you're talking about this is like not the base level gun, not the high end custom shop gun. It's like a meet in the middle. So I feel like all the mem stuff they put in there was to meet that production for the masses, but not compromise on like actual quality. So stuff that
More
needs to
to
be
that
quality,
point,
it is.
I'm pretty sure the Springfield Armory Professionals, I think they had MIM hammers. And and I also think their hammer struts were also MIM. I don't know how many MIM parts are in those guns for sure, but pretty sure they definitely had MIM parts. So, there's other guns that don't. And then there's Glocks, which fucking do, but it's not, that is the least that. So for me, of the two issues of the, I guess, three issues, air quotes, that I have had with this gun so far, I mean, the only one I'm actually concerned about, if you could even say concerned, or even miffed, or not miffed, but the only things that are worth me mentioning is really the Cerakote. I just mentioned the other things because it has fucking been brought up so many times. It's like, oh, I should have been DLC. It's like, well, yeah, it would have been like almost $3,000, but
Cerakote,
all right.
and then the grip safety having to be depressed is
and like I said, technically functioned. It's just not ideal. And I still count that as a negative, though.
Yeah, but I feel like yourself and me we're more high quality people when we buy guns.
Yeah, but okay, so the reason I count it as a negative is that somebody who just maybe wants to buy a nice 1911, but then they decide they want to actually use it, they're going to find it a little bit more difficult to shoot because they may not know how to take the gun apart
and
file it and test fit it
out of the box. Okay,
and it's just not going to be right.
Yeah, I see your point. It might turn them off from 1911s. I got you.
Yeah, because people will buy one example of something and go, "Well, they all suck." It's like, what?
Well, I mean, yeah, you try one flavor of frozen yogurt. If it tastes nasty, you don't want any more frozen yogurt.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. So
yeah. I like frozen yogurt, but
it's incumbent upon me to mention these things. But I mean, oh my God, they don't fucking matter. The Cerakote, even the Cerakote thing, as long as it stays functioning, it could wear off completely. The gun could be loosey goosey. That's not great, and I mean, it's annoying to hear it rattle. But as long as it is relatively mechanically accurate and
speaking of
doesn't stop working.
How's the accuracy of it?
I have no idea. I'll be honest. The first shooting out of it was just me going, does it feel super rowboaty? Because the gun previous to this, I was playing around with a Kimber 2K11 that we have in inventory at my job, and I during my lunches I've been experimenting.
Yeah, that's what he calls it. He's changing his entire opinion of 2011s.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I did not say that. I have not said anything.
You don't need to say it, Bryce.
Let me finish the 10-8 thing before you fucking roast me.
I've known you for 16 goddamn years. Okay?
All right.
You mentioned something, you like it.
The slide... the slide... So if you listen to some of the other conversations or in the 10-8 performance episode, we mentioned that the slide has been internally lightened, and it's been lightened not just in the rear, but also in the front. The original Springfield Armory operators in 9mm were basically just 1911 45 ACP slides that they didn't do anything to. Legacy, if you would call them that, legacy 9mm 1911s were pretty much all that way. With the exception of like custom builds or somebody sending their gun out, or maybe very few examples, but by and large, especially Springfield, they were not internally lightened. This is lightened in the rear of the slide, right around where the extractor is, so you can actually, it's kind of cool. You can see the extractor and the laser engraving on the extractor to see that it's matched to the gun. It doesn't matter. You don't need to have a fully enclosed extractor. There might be some carbon deposit or carbon buildup on the inside of the extractor channel, but it's a spring steel, so it's like always under tension. So I don't really foresee that being an issue. It's something I'll look at, but aside from maybe making it a little bit more of a pain in the ass to switch that out, I don't think there's going to be a problem. The other side is it's a blind hole, so it just goes and then stops. They just machine material out, and then they backboard from the muzzle end, which I imagine helps add or increase the engagement surface of the barrels, so they can have because it's a pretty big bull barrel. It is also it doesn't have a bushing, so
Wow,
eliminating parts, simplifying some functions. Yeah, no full length guide rod, so it's easy to take apart, or easier, air quotes. If you find a 1911 difficult to take apart, this is slightly more easy because you don't have to worry about the bushing. You don't have to worry about wearing down the mating surfaces, which, I mean, I'm not going to get into that, but I'm not going to get into the pluses and minuses. Now, what I will say is the heavy bull barrel mixed with the internal slide lightning and the balancing that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, after shooting, it does not feel rowboaty. Now, I don't think it feels as good. It doesn't shoot.
So,
and I don't want to say flat, but it doesn't return as consistently necessarily as the Kimber 2K11. That one's also pretty aggressive, and it's slide lightning.
When you say rowboaty,
so if you aim at the gun, or if you aim at target, iron sights or dot, whatever the fuck, because it doesn't matter. Your sighting system put over the target, and your target focus, like you should be.
Yeah.
If you press a round off and you're holding the gun like you normally would for a cadence of fire, you press around, the gun goes up and lifts in recoil and then returns exactly to where you were pointing it before.
Okay.
That's what people talk about when they say the gun returns well. So rowboaty is more like my experience with traditional 9mm 5-inch 1911s, or Glock 34s for that matter, which I actually got a new recoil spring to try to combat that in my Glock 34 because I want to make it work. But basically what happens in that instance is that the gun, you're aiming tension, or you're holding the gun, maybe no tension, take tension out of your shooting, but you're gripping the gun, you press around, it lifts and then goes lower than the target and then comes back up. So it's overdriving.
Okay. So when you press the shot off, it goes up normal as it should, and then it undershoots, and then you have
and then it goes down and then it comes back up.
And then it goes down. Okay, so that's
like it's like porpoising kind of.
Okay, so that's where you get the term rowboating. Gotcha.
I stole that from, I think, Hilton, actually. But yeah, so it isn't as consistent. And it's, to be perfectly frank, it's really annoying to watch. If you're just like, you can feel it too. It just doesn't feel good. It's not a bad thing. And if you're just going to take it or use it as a range toy, it's not a big deal. But guns that do that, in my mind, I don't enjoy shooting them very much.
Yeah,
you can change the spring rates and stop the gun returning as hard.
Right.
And so maybe it won't overdrive, but then you start getting into, is it going to reliably go into battery?
Yeah. Fuck.
Now, my Glock 34
physics.
Glock 34, I just put an 11-pound recoil spring in, so we'll see if that works. I'm not sure. This is a Brownell slide, which also, by the way, internally lightened. So it's supposed to be a little bit better. It should cycle maybe a little bit.
It's a very nice slide in Brownell's quality parts.
Huh?
Do you have clean internals in that gun, Bryce?
I don't know.
Bryce, do you have clean internals in that gun?
I'm not sure. So I didn't have the two guns out side by side, but I will say, I'm ignoring you because I'll lose my train of thought otherwise. The 2K11 next to the 10, I didn't have them on the range at the same time. This coming week, when you guys are hearing this, I will do that. I will take both of them out and I'll try them back to back so I can get a better indication. One thing I am going to have to get used to is that 20 LPI. Initially on the SHOT Show floor, it wasn't so bad, but I have actually rubbed my pinky raw of how aggressive that stuff is. And I love it. I do really love it, but I got to get used to it because it wasn't painful, but it was borderline painful to shoot for 100 and however many rounds. So
no pain, no gain.
It'll be interesting.
Son.
Worst case, I just put some athletic tape on. It's not a big deal. But I'm just completely biased because I mean, of anybody to actually review or give their opinion on this gun. Oh, I'm going to be the most biased. Thing popped in my head. It has the AOS mounting system. It'll be interesting to see how that holds up. The Prodigies were known for a little bit for maybe having some issues with the AOS mounting system.
I still want to get a Springfield AOS. Eventually, I will.
Don't you want a Commander though?
4 1/4. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that operator I sent you that Ian posted?
Ooh,
that looks so good.
Ian
Hidden Valley.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, those Commander operators look very delicious. Yeah. I would get one if I could justify.
The Ronin that you're trying to get me to go buy too.
I would say get the operator. I think especially in a Commander, just a little bit more mass on the frame is going to make it shoot a little bit better. And the 4 1/4 for sure is going to track better than a 5-inch gun. Now, again, the other thing with a 5-inch gun is that it's a softer push. It's not as violent, so the guns don't work as fast.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there is a bit of a trade-off. And like I said, I mean, I don't think the 10.8's as good as the 2K. 2K, again, also has like a ridiculously light recoil spring. I think it's like a 7 or 8 pound recoil. It's not very much.
Jeez.
So I mean, if you see the Instagram short of me like racking it, like I'm barely using the 2 fingers on my hand, just you know.
You could air rack it for the gram.
No, no, I'm not doing that. But I think I almost wonder in my mind if that gun had a couple more pounds on the recoil spring, if it would even feel a little bit better. It might, because that gun almost feels like it doesn't. It almost like it returns too high. Because like I almost feel like I have to press back into the gun just a little bit. I only have like 100 rounds on it maybe, so we'll definitely shoot it more this week. I have a case of ammo that's coming with me to work, so I can try them out during my lunch. But not a word. I'm excited. I'm excited for now. We were talking about this earlier, and you're asking about what my hypothesis is. What am I going into trying to prove or disprove?
Yes. What is this hypothesis?
It's sort of like an apples to apples. It's not. I mean, they're 1911-ish guns going against each other. They're both modernized 9mm 5-inch 1911s, right? Bull barrel 1911s.
Yep.
One is a complete competition gun. So one of my coworkers was talking about, he was like, I'd never carry that. I would. I guess that's spoiling what I think about the Kimber so far. So, I mean, I haven't changed my mind on 2011s. It's easy for me to like a gun that I don't own. Like, you have nothing. You have no skin in the game. So it doesn't fucking matter if it works or not.
I think that's the most honest statement I've heard you say in 16 years.
And I can also add that when I tried shooting Federal HST and Gold Dots, I had the gun. It fed with HSTs fine. I think Gold Dots nosedived into the feed ramp, and I didn't even load the mag all the way. So. Now, that could have been a magazine problem. It very well could have been. I think may have been a mech car. I think it was a mech car mag. I don't remember.
Didn't when we talked to Hilton, did he say he was talking about that? Like sometimes the JHPs are kind of you have to like.
So when we were talking about that, we were talking about that in regards to the 45s.
Oh,
The 9
that's right.
millimeters present different because of the fully ramped fully
Okay.
ramped. Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
The
Now that I'm thinking-
45s hit it lower,
Yeah.
and that was the problem.
Yeah. Okay. That's what. Yeah.
So now, with that being said, that was on slide lock. So when I shot the gun, it functioned fine. This is the Kimber. The Kimber shot
Mhm.
them just fine. However, I shot HSTs and gold dots out of my 10.8. No problem. So now I can tell you that when I dropped the slide, I just popped the back of, or when I dropped the slide stop and it nosedived, I just popped the back of the slide and it fed. It didn't like, I've had on my operator,
On other
it
guns.
fucking hard stops. Like you can beat the back of the slide and you'll just set the bullet back in the case.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it'll just laugh at you.
Every slap is a plus P.
Yeah. So yeah, right. It's
Till you
another
blow the-
plus.
Till you blow the
Another
gun
plus
up.
on that P. But yeah, so I mean, we're into well past proof territory, baby. But yeah, so the 10.8, no problems. So I don't know. Now again, the Kimber's not sold that specific model, which is the bronze slide and the crazy fucking magwell and the aluminum grip. Which, by the way, I think that slide looks fucking sick. I just don't like the metal grip as much. I'm not sold on that yet. Don't like the thumb safeties very much. And the magwell looks kind of retarded. It just looks ugly. So, unfortunately, if I were to get a 2K11, when I get a 2K11, again, because I want that pain. Kevin's looking at me and judging me because he knows. I think the 2011 is just going to be a gun that I keep convincing myself I need to rebuy and buy and buy.
I'm shaking my
I'm like,
head.
this time,
No.
It's like dating. Oh, I was gonna say a redhead, but I married a redhead. Never mind. So it's like dating a Cuban.
No. It's like eating.
It's
a fucking
eventually
bag of
gonna
hot
hurt
chip.
you, but you
It's-
just keep convincing
it's
yourself it's a good
eating
idea.
A bag of fucking hot tamales or hot fries, thinking the next one's not going to be so hot.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I want to play with the one at work without buying one. But if I were to buy one and actually I was going to purchase one, I actually have a plan. Either I'm going to get the Eclipse, which has the polymer grip, the MJD grip, and
Okay.
a lower profile magazine well, so I can actually carry it, and it doesn't look ridiculous. Downside is I don't know if it has the fluted barrel. It has a fluted chamber. I don't know that the barrel is. And it is a light and slide, so it does have lightning cuts. It's not just solid slide. However, I don't like the polished flats. I think it looks very 2008, like spring or like the Sig Sauer Eclipse or whatever the hell they're called.
2008. It's the best.
I think it looks
year.
really bad, personally. If money wasn't an object when buying in regards to this gun, I would buy the bronze, like the Target or the Match. I think it's the Match. I don't remember. I'd buy the Match one and then take the aluminum grip off, put a polymer one on and the regular magwell. But that would be kind of retarded because the money to get that bronze slide, I think it's like $2,400. And I'm not doing that.
That's like the people that bring their Porsches to the Japanese guy that cuts them up to make them like.
Oh, yeah.
art.
I don't think he's Japanese, but yeah, I know. I know
They
what you're
was.
talking about.
He's not.
I don't think so. He doesn't look Japanese. But either way, it is a little goofy. Now, I could change my mind completely on this aluminum grip, by the way. I want to. It'd be great because now the other thing is I don't know if that's compatible with the MJD magwell. So I don't know. That's kind of the most important thing is I want it to work with that magwell, which I feel like I want it to work with that magwell, but I'm just going to take it off anyway. So I don't really know. I want to try it with the magazine well. We'll see. Kevin has an answer. Is he Japanese?
He is Japanese.
He is Japanese. Okay,
He is
I'm sorry.
Japanese.
I legitimately thought he looked Thai.
I apologize to the listener for the momentary cluckle and the pauses, but I had to Google that. It was
Yes, we might sound racist, but we genuinely want to know.
Not many things cause me a pause. Like Bryce likes to fact check himself all the time. I don't care. I'm just ignorantly bliss. But some stuff I'm like, wait a minute, that guy's definitely Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, holster fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about holster for an hour into it. Let's do it.
A thing that people notice, that one of the first things they notice, aside from the beautiful abbreviated slide serrations, is the square trigger guard. Kind of like on the Springfield Armory emissaries. If you're familiar with like 80s or early bygone era 1911 custom house builds, a lot of people did the trigger guard grab thing, but that was a style, and I think it's a sexy style. It comes up on like combat specials and stuff like that. They're very cool looking.
Yeah.
That has been incorporated in this gun, but it makes it so the gun is no longer compatible with 1911 holsters, which people immediately are going to hem and haw about.
I'm hemming and
However,
I'm hawing. I'm hawing and hemming, damn it.
It works with staccato holsters. Specifically, the one that I have this one in is a Tenacor Staccato XC holster, because it's a 5-inch slide and this is a 5-inch slide, so the staccato and this have the same slide length. However, the only thing of note is it retains. It's not loose. It's nothing. However, there is a lot more space around the frame where it's relieved for the magazine body, because it's meant for a wide body 2011.
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't allow things in the trigger guard. It's not unsafe. It's perfectly fine. So I was recommended from Hilton. The ones he immediately off the top of his head recommended was LAS Concealment and Tenacor. And this is, and we've talked about Tenacor before. I wanted to try them.
Yeah.
And just as a quick and dirty review, I will eventually review the Tenacor holster proper, aside from this, because I'm going to get a 2011 too, and I'll throw a 2011 in it. Or I'll throw a Kimber 2K11 in it. Or actually,
you'll just
I'll
buy
take it to
another
work, because I'm
Tenacor.
going to...
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I know, that's true. That's one thing, is like, oh, you could use multiple guns in it. It's like, no, I don't
That's
do that.
too dirty for Brace. That's a dirty...
No, it's not. It's not a matter. It's not that. It's that retention changes between guns.
Yeah.
And so I like to set retention on a holster and leave it, because then you're not wearing out the bushing and potentially stripping out. So you're not administratively fucking with the gun, especially if you Loctite them like you should.
Why'd you look at me so hard when you said that? That stare was devious.
The shit. His clips are like loose. You can rattle
They're
his
not
whiskers.
loose. No,
It's
they
terrible.
work. It's not terrible. They work.
Or the listeners, Loctite your shit and witness mark it. So that is I don't like doing that between when you change guns, even if it's just a little,
and that's fair.
Maybe not Glock to Glock, like it
it
doesn't matter as much, but
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So it works. I mean, I'm so far. I mean, little preliminary review. I like the camming bar. I like how it's set up to, push the grip into your body. Doesn't have a big vestigial wing, which I didn't traditionally have a problem with, but I mean, this is a different way to do it. It looks, if not for anything else, very robust.
Show that to the camera again a little more. Oh, you did put the SRO on top.
Yeah, it's got the SRO.
I'm
gonna get
You didn't mention that you put the SRO on the gun.
Well, yeah, I mean, has a dot on it.
That would have been nice to hear you talk about.
It's fine. I like the SRO. That's why I still own it. What else am I supposed to say about it? It is a good, decent red dot. Would I buy another one? No. The dot that's going to replace it on the Glock 34.
Oh, that reminds me.
I'm going to get a Holosun. So Holosun at SHOT Show this year, they announced the 407 comp, which most people are familiar with the 507 comp, which is a multi-reticle system. So it's got like a big fucking circle dot and a bunch of other shit. I think multi-reticle systems are kind of goofy. I don't have any use for them. I just use a regular dot. And what's cool about the 406 comp is that it's the same, effectively, it's the same housing. It's supposed to be it's just a 6 MOA dot. So it's a little bit bigger than I normally like, but it doesn't have the multi-reticle feature, and it's $100 less. So win for me, and that's what's going to go on the Glock 34. I want to try one of those out, because the last Holosun that I bought was There's a 407, like a regular 407, and it's more fisheye. I have a 509 that's the first gen 509s are basically magnified. So it'll be interesting. I've looked through a couple of the 507s and I've liked how they look. So I want to give it a shot. It was between that and a Vortex Defender, but I don't want to buy another optics plate for my 1911. And I want to try because I have Zev posts on my Glock 34 because fucking Brownells decided to use a very specific. Technically, it's correct to the TDP, but it's annoying. I'm annoyed. I don't like the Zev cut. Nobody uses that anymore. It's irritating. But yeah, so Tenecore's fine. The SRO's fine.
That
Yeah.
sounds good.
So, yeah. And the last thing is, I just popped in my head because I'm looking at it. The machined ambi thumb safeties are similar to like the Kimber style in terms of how it attaches. It doesn't have a leg that goes underneath the grip panel. It actually just has a flanged hammer pin, I believe, that actually is keyed. So it's keyed in so that it it's just a different way to attach it. It's nice. It looks,
Interesting.
I guess people say cleaner. But yeah, I mean,
Wow.
oh, and the Tenecore comes with DCC clips, which is what
Well,
responsibly
obvious, yes.
responsible carriers
Yes,
use.
I agree. DCC clip. If you don't have
Yes.
DCC clips on, please put them on.
Yeah.
You know.
And then, the only other thing I did was I added a Dark Star Gear teardrop muzzle wedge because I have a shitload of these and I really like them. Although I do want to try some of the new Filster Ergo RX wedges or whatever the hell they're called. But this is fine.
What does the wedge do?
It pushes the muzzle out, which in turn drives the grip back into your body a little bit more. It adds a little bit more tuck. It does make it so that you have to cram your hand between your body or your thumb, and because 1911 has a grip or thumb safety, you basically have to cram your thumb between your body.
Not that man's grabbing his penis. No, he's just grabbing a gun.
I will say, the profiles on these new Springfield thumb safeties, pretty good. It's a lot better. It's a lot less sharp. The original thumb safeties had a hard 90 or not hard 90, but a hard angle. So they were just straight angle, and whoa.
Yeah,
that was not fun.
I kept my thumb on the 365.
See, it's rounded very nicely.
Yeah. Well, it's built for people like us to shoot them.
And it's going to be shot, let me tell you. This is going to be shot. I'm very excited. I haven't been excited about a handgun in a while. I basically just can't carry polymer guns. I think that's what we're figuring out.
And
I can't do
here
it.
I am. I'm complete opposite when my RXM cobbling together
I just don't like polymer guns very much. I like my Glock 34, but I don't.
Come to the RXM side.
No, I'm good. The next thing I'm going to get is a 2011.
Oh, I think if you shoot it when that semi come down, I think you might.
Kevin, I'm not. I have no reason to carry.
You might like it.
I have no reason to carry guns that conceal better.
You might
polymer
like it.
guns.
I'm just saying you might like it. What if you did?
Good.
I want to see that face that you make
I'll
when
try
you shoot
it.
something.
Yeah.
You make that face and you go, oh, damn, this. Oh, no.
I'll bet you it shoots like a compact 9mm. Like a Glock 19-ish gun. I'll bet you it's just fine.
It's a little better than just fine, but okay.
I've shot a lot of polymer framed handguns. They're just fine guns. Like there's nothing wrong with them, and they probably work, and they're probably a little less finicky than the guns that I like, but I really like 1911s, and I want this one to be one that just fucking works, because I talk about choosing a carry gun to just use indefinitely, and I have a shitload of mags too.
Is that the master class, the master performance? You think that's the one?
I want it to be so badly because it has all the features that I want. I mean, it does. It's wrapped up in a package that is very attractive to me. Every feature on there, with the exception of the Cerakote, is what I want. And hopefully the AOS is fine, like I said. But I mean, And the hammer. I mean, I'm going to change the hammer, but that's just because I'm a fanboy and I really like the spur hammer. It kind of completes the aesthetic. But past that, I mean, I did immediately stop using or threw out the mags it came with. I just use Wilson Combats. I carry the Wilson Combat Vickers mags, which recently got reintroduced because Wilson Combat's hella based, and now I can buy them again, which is cool because they were getting really expensive because people were selling them secondhand and scalping the fuck out of them. So I really like the aluminum base plate or the aluminum low profile carry base plate because it has a bit of a flange, which it has a bit of a flare, so it's easier to strip out of the gun if a round gets caught, which fucking got to try that feature out with the last 1911 because stovepipe locked slide up, just fucking rip the magazine out, rack, put the mag. I hate that gun. That's why it hasn't been put back together. Maybe I'll send it out eventually and get it rebuilt to maybe get it to where, like, eventually if I end up with money or I have money to spare.
Just put the parts in a memory. Just put the parts in a memory box and then pour epoxy into it and then hang it on your wall.
I don't know. It could still be a gun. It's not fucked to the point where it can't be a gun.
That would be the slogan. That would be the caption. It could still be a gun.
Yeah. So, I mean, I also like, especially since we're in Florida and at the time I was training a lot outside, the Vickers mags are more closed off. So they only have the two holes on the two smaller witness holes on the bottom. And I'm showing Kevin, but the regular Wilson Combats have hella windows, and sand likes getting into these a lot better, or a lot more efficiently.
Sand gets into everything.
So, that's sort of my initial thoughts.
Your 2.5 cents.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I can't really think of anything else to mention as of yet. I mean, maybe next well, not maybe, but next Wednesday, or Jesus, next Fireside, I'll have more thoughts. So next week, tune in on. Well, this is going to be two. Actually, there's. Oh, wait, no.
Wait,
this Friday. Yeah, this Friday you'll know because we don't have we don't have a guest until next week.
You know,
we had a week off. So we're recording. Okay, so it's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's the end of the episode.
Jesus
so
rising, Easter. Yeah, it threw us off.
Yeah. So next week, tomorrow. So today's the 12th. We record on Sundays and Mondays, and this Monday we're recording with Chris Baker from Lucky Gunner again.
Yes, that'll be
awesome.
Fun.
Love him. Very exciting. Always great to have Chris on. That episode will not be released until next Monday because I don't know why. That's just it. They seem to do better on Mondays, and it seems like it's. I feel better, especially like
listening on Mondays
because I feel like the guest gets better exposure. Not that it. I mean, it probably helps us a little bit.
You know,
but
Mondays
it just seems
the start of the week. People driving to their jobs that they hate.
Yeah,
and they want to quit, and they want to listen to a podcast on the way there.
Yeah, so that's why we've switched to Mondays our guests. So that's just kind of opening the kimono, as it were, so you can see the nitty gritty.
I don't want to see your nitty or gritty.
Yeah. So that's you're at the end of the episode, so you get to hear the spoiler alert. So next Monday, Chris Baker, Lucky Gunner Ammo. Don't know who's after that because my wife hasn't told me, and I would forget anyway.
Somebody, I have that
told me today
on my phone, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yes. So, yeah, that is what do. Okay, last part of the show.
Last part
What
are we
watching?
Show.
What are we reading? What have we been up to?
I'm tired.
What have we been playing? Oh,
God.
Huh?
Zone. We've been playing
Gray Zone updated and wiped, baby.
It's playable and enjoyable now.
It is playable and
Emphasis unenjoyable.
Yeah, because it was sort of playable before, but
the Roman gaggle of dudes definitely brings
that sucked. The spawn point was a bit of a fucking ass rape. That wasn't very fun. I didn't
Well,
enjoy that.
zipping NPCs from 545 does fuck all to them.
It really, that was pretty. Now, granted, that's all soft point. It's not. I don't think that's a FMJ.
I think it was. No, it was. Just FMJs.
Was it FMJ?
It was zipping right through them.
I did all right with an AK-74. So, just saying. So yeah, we've been playing Gray Zone. We've been having a good time. We play PvE because PvP. The reason we don't play Tarkov is because it's. I guess we could start playing Tarkov again, I guess.
So no, the reason that I don't like to play PvP in this modern day age, and I feel most casual gamers have this sentiment, is somehow, some way, people are cheating. No matter how hard they try and stop cheating, it's there. It's there. So I don't want to play any type of survival game where my shit is dependent on someone fairly playing the game against me. Right? At least in PvE, if I get killed by the computer, okay. I mean, the computer cheats to its own advantage, like it's like, the house wins overall kind of deal. But it's more palatable to me rather than some weirdo jazzed up whoever the fuck lives in his mom's basement with a credit card paid some Russian jackass to make cheats for the game.
Yeah. Or just some guy that never leaves his basement playing and just getting
It's
yoked
big money.
within the first week.
It's honest to God, super big money. That's why Tarkov has
for
such a problem
modders.
with it. For people to make cheats for games. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's really what we've been playing recently. Like we've said, you get to about level 10 if you finish off Namthaven.
Yeah,
basically the whole game
starter town.
unlocks.
Yeah,
I mean
it's
not
like,
the whole game, but a lot of it.
I can see
with the exception
clearly
of
now. My quests are lit up.
Yeah, Tiger
I can
Bay
see all
and
quests in my path.
the base isn't.
I can
unlocked
catch
and-
around to my chest.
He's not catching on that. That's annoying.
and
but
I'll bleed out in
Tiger
the
Bay isn't
valley
unlocked,
later on.
Yeah, so Tiger Bay and the base isn't unlocked, but it
You
pretty
liked
much
it.
it pretty
You
well
liked my
unlocks
song.
everything. I also muted you.
You
It
piece of
was
shit.
quite. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That and I will say they did mess with the balance of the guns, so it'll be interesting to try to get
So-
used to that.
so I
But
have to do the
you
song
also
again.
you unlock vendors a lot quicker, which I really, really appreciate. They just rely more heavily on leveling them up.
Yeah, but what they actually sell you is a lot more neutered.
It's balanced. I think they balanced it pretty well. Kevin still looks skeptical, but yeah, so that's what we've been playing. I'm sure we'll talk about more. I'll do my YouTube read and then we'll
YouTube
we'll
read.
end it.
You have a
Yeah,
YouTube
it's
read?
what I've been reading. No,
What?
what I've been reading. What I've been watching.
Oh,
Last few times I've done that. Yeah. So I'll tell you what on my history. I have been watching. Oh, yes. I've been watching Rocky Mountain Ballistics. Or wait, no, sorry. Rocky Mountain Gun Club. 9 Hole Reviews, obviously. F-Class John. I've been watching Milspec Mojo. That's a shoe-in. Ultimate Reloader. Banana Ballistics. Technoblade. RIP. RGS Restoration. School of American Rifle. He had a secret shopper for some M&P AR-15s. He bought, I think, 9 of them. It was an interesting watch. And Rackham Projects, obviously. I've been watching him. Anvil, obviously. And Matt Orchard and Dreading. So, guns and criminal psychology and true crime, right? So, yeah. That's, Kevin muted himself. I don't know if he did that on purpose, though.
yeah. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. My lyrical genius.
No, great.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna hit the outro before.
Before what? Before I
anything
break into
happens here.
song, perhaps? Perhaps I break into song, into dance, into song.
You made it to the end of the video. Very cool. You should like and subscribe.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And Twitter and Spotify. You should listen there too. If you
Well,
if you
aren't they
heard this on
listening to
Spotify.
this on Spotify right now?
Well, they could be, but there's also YouTube podcasts, so
Ooh.
all of the places.
We always forget where we post this stuff.
We don't know where this is. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening to, but you should also like the other places that we are. And
Who
then
are we and what the hell are we doing here?
yeah, I don't know how we got here. So thank you for letting us talk directly into your ear holes.
Right to the brain.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Adios.
And if you're still listening, I just realized we forgot to do the thing again, but we couldn't do this without you, the listener. So if you listen through all of that and you're hearing my voice right now, thank you for listening. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for taking the time
to ask you to send us love notes.
Yeah, see, there you go. And the best thing you can do to help the channel, because you listened through that entire nonsense and now you're here, the best way you could support the channel and tell us that you like us or don't like
made
us.
possible by viewers like you.
God, Kevin, it's like he's talking through molasses. Like I had already gone past that and he's still talking about it. Leave reviews.
Molasses.
Leave reviews. It's like his brain is running through quicksand. It's crazy. The delay. It's like he's lagging.
I could pick up my brain speed. I choose not to, sir. Leave reviews.
Leave reviews. Thumbs up. Do the thing. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Engage. Do the things. We appreciate you. Thank you seriously.
Engage.
Yes. Call to action and all that. Thank you so much, guys. We'll catch you next time.